Oh, thank you. It's so good to be at the Green Olive.
Yeah.
We're enjoying it.
The Green Olive is where, Dee?
In Little Bay.
Little Bay in Sydney.
Greatest little suburb in Sydney.
Yeah, this is a great little... We love it, don't
Best
we?
coffee.
We have breakfast here every time we come here. Thank you. Yeah, this is our breakfast horn.
This is our breakfast.
Cheers,
Cheers. From red wine or pink wine to coffee.
So we've been doing some filming and we're just about to go and check out the Birdie Sport Ladies Golf Fashion Warehouse.
Exciting.
How fun is that? We're going to try on some clothes. But we were having breakfast on the way and we thought we might talk about something that came up that I was watching, or I had an email about. I can't remember now how I heard about it, but someone was having problems working out how far they hit their shots, and it's so important, Dee.
It's vital, isn't it? It's vital.
And so many people don't know how far they hit the ball.
Yeah.
And you have to, for you to get to any kind of level in golf, you need to know what distance all your clubs go. It doesn't have to be to the meter, but you have to have a pretty good idea.
I think, like you just said, from the beginner, should it still have some idea, to the professional golfer. And the professional golfer, it's to that millimetre.
It is.
But for the beginner,
definitely.
you just even know how far it goes, and
That's
as
right.
you get better, it gets a little bit more specific in how far it goes.
Absolutely.
Or
Absolutely.
carries.
And
or
you need to
whatever.
know carry and roll.
Do
So
you think golfers know what the difference is between carry and run out?
I don't know. Let's tell
you
them
know?
anyway. So we'll carry is just where the ball actually lands, and if you've got a high lofted club, it's going to land and stop pretty much where
Not
it
run very
lands.
much.
And then on a shot with a lower trajectory, like your driver, it's going to obviously you're going to have a fair bit of run on
Runs all the way to
end.
the camera.
And so the total distance obviously is the carry and the run together. But carry is important because you might want to carry over a bunker off
Absolutely
the tee,
vital.
or you might want to carry over a hazard to land on the green. So you've got to know not the total distance, but actually how far it carries.
And even like carry is important for a driver, like if you've got to go over a creek.
Yeah, or over
and
a bunker.
So
the tees.
that's carry
Yep.
and total distance, very important.
But we don't want to make it too complicated. So what's the easiest way, if you don't know how far you hit your clubs, what's the easiest way for people to work it out?
I always like to, I'll do the carry one first. So I always like to get a couple of golf balls. Range balls lose a little bit of distance. A couple of golf balls on a flat lie. And you can be out in the golf course and they'll let you do it if it's not too busy. And you just hit into a bunker. So that way you can see how far you're carrying because it's landing in the bunker.
So you just need the distance from you to the bunker.
Yep.
Easy.
Easy. And
Yeah.
you know,
if there's a bunker on your range or on your
on
practice
the
area.
range, practice area. What about like even if you're on the golf course and you're just having a social game and you go, oh, that was a pretty nice, pretty average shot.
Yeah, but you don't want to take your best you've ever hit. And you want
Or the worst.
Or the worst you've ever hit.
Your average.
You hit a reasonably nice shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could do that on the down the fairway as well. Just
If you have a GPS, you need a GPS.
yeah, you would need to.
If
Or you could step it out.
You could step it out, or let's say there was a par 3 at your course that was about 100 metres that you knew that every time I'm on that hole, pretty much I'm going to hit a 7-iron or whatever it is. Then you would know, okay, my 7-iron is 100. You could make it really simple and start off by saying, for every 10 metres up, I'm adding a club, and for every 10 metres down, I'm taking one off. It's not exactly 10, but that would be a good starting point.
Absolutely. I think the better the player, and we did this with Flight Scope as well, the better the player, that distance is more consistent, the higher handicap.
yes.
It tends to stop. So for a lot of people,
That's right.
It
might be 6 or 7 for the ladies.
Exactly.
For the male pros, it might be more than 10.
Yeah.
And they will know.
It doesn't really matter, does it? So long as you know.
Exactly what's right for you.
Yeah,
And if you have never worked out your clubs, just do that as a starting point.
Yeah.
Okay, I know on that hole I hit a 7-iron, so if it's 100 and that's 100 metres, so if it's 110 I hit a 6, and if it's 120 I hit a 5, and going down the other way, if it's 90 I hit an 8, and then from there you've got a starting point. Then you can start. Take a notebook. That's another great one. Have a notebook with you. On
I used to get all myself, I do it, and also I used to get the state players to laminate it on a card.
Laminate it on the card.
Put it on your golf bag.
Fantastic.
Because under pressure you forget or whatever.
Exactly. And then, like, let's say you know, okay, my 7-iron is 100 metres. If you're uphill, then you might need to add a club for the uphill, or it could even be a 2-club hill, or into the wind you might. So at least you've got a nice starting point.
Yeah, and just think, that's like we said just the other day, just get your facts, know what's happening. Otherwise,
Don't hit first and think second.
Yeah,
think first and hit second.
golf's almost a bit like a chess game.
Absolutely. You need the
what
information.
yes, and you need to know what these chess pieces can do.
Yeah.
What does my 7-iron do?
Yeah.
Well, that's the king or the queen or my driver.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
I remember being at one of my tours, and there was one of my golfers was standing about to hit a long shot over a lake, and he called me over and he said, "Anne, what do I hit here?" And I thought, well,
how do I know?
I've got no idea. Because if it was me hitting that shot, I would need to know the distance, obviously, the carry, because you're coming over water, how far I hit my club to take me that distance. Is there any wind?
I know.
And pros can do it quite quickly.
And they've got caddies to help them. But it is funny. It's so true what you just said. And we're certainly in no way making fun of our viewers because we love you dearly, but we're just trying to help you get better at golf. But the same thing happens when I take people. The same thing. It might be someone I've not met before, and they're wanting a playing lesson in a group, and they'll say to me, "Dennise, what should I hit?" And I go, "I don't know. How far have you got?" Look at this. You've got to come to the green olive. Oh, I hope the camera's zooming in on that.
I'm going to just put that up in front of it.
See, these are advantages of being a pro golf gal.
Wow.
Oh, spinach, because I'm Popeye.
Look at this.
I
This
know.
isn't just a work of art. Thank you.
How good is this? Look at that.
No. Sorry, yes, we should get back to what we were saying.
Look at the circle.
I know, it's
It's
bacon.
like a little golf ball going through the
A golf ball breakfast.
spinach breakfast.
Yes. So just to finish off, so we can then eat our breakfast. So if you're starting out on this and you're thinking this is all too much information, and I haven't got time for all that, Anne or Dennise or whatever, then just get very, very basic and have a rough idea of how far you hit the ball. You can work on your carry later. You can, but start have some idea and start the process, because as you get better, you will definitely need to know. No golf pro would stand there without all the information.
And also a bit of if you've got a golf pro who's got a flight scope or a trackman, that you can do club gapping where it's absolutely accurate on how far you're carrying.
And then write it all down, laminate it as Dennise says, and take it out on the course with you.
I get a few people just coming just to get
Work
club
out
gapping.
the clubs. It's a vital piece of information that you need.
Let's start.
Cheers, Dee. I'll just turn that off. Bye, friends, Pro Golf Gals.
Bye.